How has Cole transitioned to running back? You obviously played it in high school, but after playing linebacker for a year, do you think he looks pretty natural back there?
Yeah, the good thing is he's an intelligent guy, so he picked up the playbook pretty quick, probably quicker than he expected to. So gets lined up, knows where he's going, and now it's a matter of execution. And pass protection, he's been way ahead of the curve. Can catch the ball well, doesn't put a bunch of balls on the ground, which is great. Just kind of working on his pad level. But so far, so good. Pleasantly surprised.
Were you part of the team that kind of lured him to running back, or was that mostly Coach Leach, or was that Cole wanting to do it? Or
the good news was it was Cole on his own. You don't want to make some guy do something he doesn't want to do type of deal. So we would have found somebody, but he's a good one to find. And he found us, which is what we like. So puts in extra work and asks good questions in the meeting room, and it's kind of showing up there on the field now a little bit too, which is good.
Does it especially help knowing that you're going to get a few guys coming in the fall, but you probably want to split up the reps, and you don't want Max to take too many reps during the spring, so you can't have another guy to split him up and partition him right now?
Sure. And it's you want to keep Max healthy, but he needs to improve as well too. He was a freshman last year, and he's already making steps, I think, in all kind of facets as well. But Clay Markov's another guy where it had a role last year, but his role may increase. I mean, these reps are so valuable that you got to get as many guys as you can get looks out there against our defense, which is playing well and I think improved at some spots across the board. So it's good for everybody involved.
Some people have said that while Cole is doing great, that still a little rough around the edges. Where do you see he needs to make the most improvement?
Yeah, probably just like I said, pad level, run the ball low, and then playing fast. That's the biggest thing. The speed of the defense. We need to make them the reactors. We can't react to what they're doing. So we need to force the issue more when Cole has the ball in his hands and kind of trust his eyes and the reads and things we're telling him to do. And that'll just come with repetition too. But he needs to play fast. He's a fast kid. We need to see him kind of open up and see that full throttle deal. But I think we're getting close. Every practice a little bit better. So hopefully next scrimmage he improves from the previous scrimmage.
Yeah, and you also said all things considered, he's looked pretty well. Has it surprised you how quickly that he's been able to pick it up?
Right now, exactly. That's the thing. The guy was playing defense, a month ago. So we bring him over here, and for him to be able to make protection calls and understand where he's involved on routes, and we change so much of the line of scrimmage, and not really have a lot of bust mentally. It's impressive.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was the fourth practice. Cole on the goal line ran over that defender. I mean, what was it like to see that, seeing that kind of effort, fourth practice, and making that position change?
Yeah, all of a sudden the guy gets a ball in his hands, he wants to score touchdowns, man. That's what, wants to be Gardner Minshew, be on College Hill, wear jorts and a leather jacket, so he's, he wants a little taste of that action, I think. But, it's good to see. It's good to see.
We won't see him until June, but Jameer's a big guy. What do you think having him in the fold is going to do to complement Max and then Cole as well?
Yeah, he's a big dude and give you problems. He had Big Ten offers at linebacker, so he's a big physical kid, and he looks for contact, wants to run you over, and if we're blocking up for him, he's got enough speed to kind of go the distance.
What does that say about the recruiting reach that Washington State has now that you and Coach Spurrier were able to go lure a kid out of Ohio who had Big Ten offers like that?
He finished last year ranked number 10 in the country, so it's to us it's not a surprise. We got to get kids here to see this campus, show what we have to offer. But our program now is starting to speak for itself a little bit, and we go in there and talk to coaches. And again, we have a kind of a niche in recruiting, which is if you don't want to be here, then we don't want you here, and we're going to have a hit chip on our shoulder and a little more blue collar mentality. And guys that have more stars, more offers, and fancier stuff, we can go out and beat them, 4 years in a row, whatever it is.
You kind of look at Max. Most fans would already kind of see him as more of a finished product. Obviously, stuff he can still do. What have you challenged Max to do this spring and continue to improve into the fall?
Yeah, really be a little more dominant in pass protection. I think last year was kind of understood the assignments, got to his guy, didn't always win the battles. Did enough for us to kind of win the play, but needs to exert a little more presence there. And then one more year at the run game. We changed up. Coach Miller coming in our old line play with our footwork up front, and the running back's the same thing. So one more year of him getting the reps and seeing it, and his vision and stuff like that. And he's a natural runner, so you've seen a lot more explosives out of him this spring. I think a lot more holes that are open that are even bigger than they were last year, type of deal. So, and then again, just in pass and receiving, did well last year and had a bunch of catches, but that can improve as well too. So he's one that's always working, constantly working on tip flexibility, and anything you see as a weakness, he's gonna attack it. So, been happy with his progress so far.
Clay caught a few passes on the flat today. Did he have surprisingly good hands for a fullback of his size and someone you wouldn't assume is a great receiver?
Yeah, his biceps are bigger than his hands, but he's still a good pass catcher. So that's it's good to see, man. But he's a sneakily good athlete. He lost a couple pounds actually over over the offseason, I think has helped him. I mean, he looks a little more nimble, can make some cuts now in the hole, which then he gets a head full of steam, right? If you make one guy miss and he gets a head full of steam, I mean, nobody wants to tackle him. You know, I challenge some people who want to tackle him, want to head up, that type of thing, you know.